This is WoW Classic, a game where you live, you fight, and you die. Now what would happen if you only had one life, and if you die, all your time and effort would just vanish? Well, that is called hardcore mode, and trust me when I say that this can be one of the most fun and also mentally taxing things you can do in WoW. Now the character I chose for this challenge was a warlock. A gnome warlock. This wasn't because gnomes have sweaty racials, or because warlocks are easy mode, but because the concept of an evil, 3-foot spellcaster sounds cool as shit. So you start off in Coldridge Valley, a beautiful starting zone, except for the level 1 still going through the 5 stages of grief. After killing a few wolves, I returned to hand in my quest when I received a tainted memorandum that went along the lines of: attention, we live in a society that discriminates against gnomes. Luckily for you, I can help you fight back and teach you stuff that those retarded frostbite eaters will never know. When you can, come find me in the back of Anvilmar. Alamar Grim.
Pleased to meet you.
After ranting about being considered a second-class citizen, Alamar tasks me with retrieving some troll charms, and in exchange, he'll teach me to summon my first demon. That is an imp, a tiny green dipshit that yeets fireballs. He has a low health pool, but makes up for it with utility and decent damage. For hardcore, he's a solid B tier demon. So with level 6 and an imp minion, I made my way towards Karanos. I'm not gonna talk about the quests here because they are ingrained into every WoW player's mind, but you know, I killed some yetis, more of the local wildlife, and green gnomes. The only notable quest was the one where I stole some weed off some trolls, and they weren't very happy. Level 7 turned into level 9, and of that, I made my way towards the Goldbar Quarry. This is one of the first places where players get a true taste of what hardcore is like. I'm implying that a shit ton of people die here. First of all, these are Trogs, a race of demented, cave-dwelling British people. Second of all, they are referred to as skull thumpers and bone snappers, which doesn't sound very pleasant. And third of all, there's a cave. Caves are rather infamous in hardcore, as if you get screwed over, there aren't that many escape options, especially with your limited toolkit. But an ignorant Czompi went in anyways, and this is what happened. I was near the entrance to the cave, finishing off a bone snapper, when a patrolling skull thumper aggroed onto me. I retreated to a corner and was forced to consume my only healing potion. I also tried harping out while the mob was still attacking me. That was just cringe. With less than 20% of my health left, I managed to kill the Trog, only for my imp to be flanked by yet another Trog. I tried harping out again before deciding to bandage myself, inadvertently putting aggro onto myself. I then realized that running out was my only choice. My imp then got aggro and miraculously evaded death twice, allowing me to fear the only mob guarding the entrance and make my escape. Beware, Muffin Man. Beware. While in that cave, I reached level 10, and with level 10 comes a class quest. I headed to the warlock trainer in Ironforge, only to be informed that they were under strict government surveillance, so to continue my training, I would have to go to Stormwind. Now I don't understand why warlocks are so heavily monitored, so what I summon demons in my basement and drain the souls of innocent people, but alas, society.
Bruh.
Because of this, warlocks don't have the luxury of having a cool tower like their mage cousins, but instead have to hide in the catacombs of a shady pub. I descended down the crypts to talk to my new master, Terry Crews, who already had a task for me. One of his older students, Serena Khalidin, fucked off to establish a polyandry with members of the Device Brotherhood. This wouldn't have mattered if she hadn't been in possession of a bloodstone choker. I knew the task at hand, and I won't ask questions. So here we are, at the Brackwell Pumpkin Patch, where you can see Serena for 2 BWCs. For most classes, 3 mobs is pretty sketch, but with my pet and the most broken CC in the game. Of course they died. I handed in the quest and made my way towards the summoning circle. Using the magic from the bloodstone choker, I called forth a Voidwalker and he slaps. Yet I prevailed and could now summon my own Blueberry. Voidwalkers primarily serve as personal tanks, and although he is good at soaking damage, he is dog shit at holding threat. His taunt isn't even a taunt. His second function is a sacrifice, where he involuntarily kills himself in exchange for a massive shield, almost equivalent to your own health bar. This makes him, by far, the safest pet for hardcore, S tier. From there, I was feeling very optimistic about hardcore. My toolkit was expanding, and I'd finally gotten a pet that doesn't die in 3 hits. I could take on multiple mobs at once, and solo elites with ease. Thanks to alchemy, I had an infinite supply of health potions, as well as some useful passive buffs. Life in Azeroth was on easy mode. Or so I thought. And I say this because I went to Westfall, and here's a reason why you should not go to Westfall. Everything is out to kill you. The boars can charge, the Harvest Watchers have a 2,000 mile detection radius, Dust Devils are fucking sped, Murlocs are Murlocs, and not to mention the Defies Brotherhood that have Stabbers, Netters, OP as fuck Villagers, wannabe Cowboys, and even more Stabbers. So if this place is so dangerous, why did I even come here? Ignoring all the dangers, there are lots of quests, and that's it. I was on the southern coastline of Westfall, helping a ghost commit mass homicide. I initiated a fight with 2 Murlocs. I was tanking one, while my Voidwalker was tanking the other. After dotting up both Murlocs, I drank a rejuvenation potion and slowly killed the mob attacking me. I could have finished off the other Murloc with a Shadow Bolt, but I instead started healing my Voidwalker. Not only was this unnecessary and eating away at my health, but this also caused the Murloc to live long enough to run off to his friends. Knowing that I couldn't win this fight, I cast Corruption on the dying mob and ditched my Voidwalker. Unfortunately, I wasn't looking where I was going and... And just like that, I died. I had just completed the quest and was within grasp of reaching level 18. 14 hours seemed to dissipate into thin air. I had become yet another victim to the tyranny of Murlocs and my own stupidity. May Czompi the gnome warlock rest in peace.